Didn't see this one coming. Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can tell by the title, we are back again with yet another review. But before we dive into all of that, I want to welcome back all of my returning subscribers. If you are new around here, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. If you do want to enjoy this video, please give us a massive thumbs up, which is always truly appreciated. And it also really helps getting this video out to more and more people so we can keep expanding on our amazing community. And if you do want to reach out to me outside of YouTube, you will be able to find me on Instagram under ACS Sneakers. And now we've got all those formalities out of the way, we now just go ahead and get straight into the video. So first things first, before we dive into the shoes, let's just take a quick look at the shoebox. Now, unfortunately, we just have that run-of-the-mill box to actually go along with this release. So I'm sure this is a box you've actually seen countless times. It's your standard red Nike sportswear box, white Nike branding across the top, really nothing too dissimilar there. If we then take a quick look at the label, which reads Nike Dunk Low Retro EMB, maybe that's for Emerald or something like that, and that's in the Sail Black Chili Red colorway. Now, this is a personal pair, as you will be able to tell from the size label, as it is a UK size 9. And other than that, unfortunately, there's no special box, there's no special details for us to touch on. So with this out of the way, we now just go ahead and get straight into the review. So without any further ado, in hand, we have the Nike Dunk Low Chicago. And as I was mentioning earlier on in the video, this shoe is being released to celebrate 75 years of the NBA's history. Now, the 75th anniversary is commonly referred to as the Diamond Anniversary, which we will get onto later on in the video. But in addition to this colourway, we do also have two other colourways releasing as well, which include the New York Knicks, and as well we have the Brooklyn Nets colourway as well. Now, for me personally, when I actually first saw these at the back end of September, I happened to mention in my October review that this was actually a shoe that I'm more than happy to pass up on. It wasn't a shoe that I felt like I actually needed personally. And I genuinely believe I've written this off far too soon. When I actually came across this shoe just sitting on shelves at my local JD, I was a little bit gassed, I'm not even going to lie. We never get anything even remotely half good at the JD's local to me. So when I saw this shoe, I knew I had to have it. And to be honest, I'm really glad I can actually right some wrongs and actually give this shoe the review it actually deserves, because what I said was completely wrong, and that might be a case of the fact that, you know, I was just a little bit too premature or I didn't really look into it enough. But the details on this shoe is just absolutely incredible, and I'm not going to keep you guys in suspense any longer. So if we go ahead and get straight into this review. Now, on the base, we do have this really nice plush sail leather material, which has then been overlaid with this really nice chili red around the toe box, and this can also be seen on the eye stays as well. As we then work our way through the upper of the shoe itself, we then have these really nice hits of black on the Nike swoosh, as well as on the leather overlays which wrap around the heel. Now, all these three colours then combine to actually create one of the most iconic colourways of all time, the Chicago colourway. And to me, this is timeless, it's effortless. This is a shoe you can wear anywhere, any time of year, and it's just going to look absolutely incredible. Now, in terms of like the overall quality of the shoe, that was where I feel a lot of regret actually writing this shoe off so quickly. The leather that they've actually used on this shoe, whilst not being the most premium leather in the world, is actually a lot better than the average dunk leather that probably you and I have become quite accustomed to. Now, I've actually reviewed a fair few dunks over the last 12 to 18 months, and the majority of them have generally quite poor QC or poor leather or even both. But this shoe, fortunately enough for me, the quality control is exceptional. There's the odd little bit of an issue here and there, but it's really minimal, and I'm not even going to go into it because it's just honestly nitpicking. And the overall quality of leather, it feels really plush, especially on the sail sections. The leather around the toe box in terms of this chili red feels absolutely fine as well. Really nice plush leather. Feels really nice underhand. And then the textured leather that they've used on the Nike swoosh, that adds a really nice element. Something a little bit different to the leather that we see throughout the rest of the shoe. And then this leather that we see on the back portion feels actually a lot thicker than the leather that we see on this chili red. But in general, all in all, absolutely no complaints for me for once. But from there, if we then just work our way back into the centre of the shoe, now in the centre we do have those run-of-the-mill flat black shoelaces, And at the bottom portion of the laces, we do have this really nice laser etched diamond design on the lace debris, which honestly I thought was a really nice touch. Now the laces themselves do sit atop this really nice sail coloured nylon tongue, and as we work our way up to the top portion of the tongue, we then have more really nice detailing with the 75th anniversary for the NBA. Once again, a really nice touch. And then from there, if we then just work our way onto the inside of the shoe, now on the inside we just have that pretty bog standard all black sock liner. When it comes to the padding on the Nike Dunks, they're pretty standard. They're not as nicely padded as the SB Dunks, and if you've ever owned a pair of these before, you probably already know what to expect in terms of the cushioning. Now, it is a low top shoe at the end of the day, so there isn't a crazy amount of ankle padding or support, but in general, it feels absolutely fine to me. And as we work our way even further inside the shoe, we do have an all black insole with that stale Nike branding. And then as we work our way onto the heel of the shoe, we then have more really nice hits of that chili red on the stitched Nike branding. And as we switch underfoot, we do have more hits of chili red on that traditional outsole. So in terms of the overall sizing for this shoe, like I mentioned at the start of the video, I went true to size with a UK size 9. To be honest, every time I go and buy a Nike Dunk Low, I always just go with my natural true to size fit, and that would definitely be what I would suggest to you as well. It's a little bit different from like an SB, for example, which a lot of people go a half size up in. In the standard Dunk Low, true to size in general is always going to be the best outcome. If there's any opportunity at all for you to actually try the shoe before buying, that would probably work even better. But if you don't have that option, I would just suggest just go with your natural true to size fit, and I do think that that will be the best outcome for you. And other than that, I can't really think of anything else that's really worth touching on this shoe. So if we now just go ahead and wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say that these are easily an 8 out of 10. Now, I'm really glad to say that I've actually been able to have this shoe in hand, in my possession, to actually do this review, because like I was saying throughout the video itself, I do believe that I did write these off far too quickly, which is something I'm going to try not to do again in the future. Seeing the shoe in hand, it's a lot better than I expected it to be in terms of like the overall QC, the overall quality of materials is a lot better than I expected. And the colourway, whilst being really simple and really clean, and even something we've seen quite a lot over the last couple of years, it's also really elegant, and it also ties a lot of things in together really nicely. Whether you're a fan of Dunk Lows or the NBA or the Chicago Bulls, this is a shoe, if you are interested in any of those three, that you're just going to absolutely love. I wouldn't go as far as saying that they're a must cop or they're a collector's piece, but if you see it that way, then I really couldn't disagree with you on that. This is definitely a shoe that I'm actually going to be keeping in the collection, and I did actually manage to get a pair of these for both of my sons. But with all that said, that's pretty much everything that I have to say about this shoe. I'd love to get your guys' opinions on it as well, so do feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below with your thoughts. Always love to interact with you guys, and always like to hear your guys' opinions as well. And on that note, if you have stuck around to this point in the video, I do want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one.